up, everybody? It's Austin with Eastside Services. So I wanted to record a quick video and just kind of talk a little bit about how the business started. If you're following this page or if you're watching this video, most likely you've heard of Eastside Services, or you're a friend of mine, or maybe you're a customer of mine, or somebody that's been following along for a little bit. And a lot of you guys know me, so you kind of know my background and know how I started, but some of you guys don't, and maybe you just found me through somebody else that knows me. Or so I'm the owner of the company. We currently are focusing on interior remodeling, and it wasn't always that way. Kind of how it started. Last year in June, I found myself with no work. I had actually done a short internship for a ministry here in town, and called Teen Challenge, who we still work with as a company as well. But that internship came to an end. I tried a couple other little jobs. I actually did some sales for a little while, and I decided one day, I kind of got up and was like, I don't want to work at this particular job I was working at the time. And I just quit. I talked to my family about it a little bit, and one of my close friends, and was like, man, I have this feeling in me that this is the time. If I was ever going to start my own company, if I was ever going to go out on my own, which I always wanted to, but I never really had the guts to do it, to quit the job. And at this point, I didn't have a lot of overhead, as far as personal finances, so I went for it. And I had no savings. I had barely any tools, and my vision initially was to start a scooter store. And I had been writing a business plan while I was still working at the sales job. And over the course of writing that plan, I realized how much money it was going to take, capital, to start an actual store, to have a storefront, to have all the insurances, to have the inventory. I wanted to sell 50cc to 150cc mopeds and scooters, and I was going to market those scooters on the east side of town, because that's where 4 big colleges are here in Central Florida. You got UCF, Full Sail, Valencia, and Rollins College. So there's thousands of students that come in through the east side of town, and I was going to try to sell and fix and repair scooters. And don't steal my business idea, because I might actually still do that, but that's where the name come from. It was going to be on the east side, and I was going to call it Eastside Scooter Store. So after writing the plan, I came to realize that at that point where I didn't have the capital to start Eastside Scooter Store, and I wanted to be a subcontractor for some other companies doing some remodeling work. So I started Eastside Services, just so that I could have a business that was registered in the state of Florida, that had insurance, and could work for other people doing some remodeling work. So I did that, working as a subcontractor for a little bit, just on my own, myself doing all the work. And I started writing a plan to do my own remodel work. I picked up a couple smaller jobs. I'd gotten one kind of full house remodel that I did, everything by myself. And so it was really out of like just the need for work, and knowing that I didn't want to work for anybody else, and I had the remodeling skills. I'd worked in commercial construction for almost 5 years, doing finished carpentry. I'd done flooring and things in my own houses and in friends' houses. So I had the knowledge, I had some tools. And what I made the decision was, because writing the business plan, I'd been to some professional business courses on how to write a plan. And, all these people talk about how businesses fail one after another because people aren't really dedicated. They're just trying to do a little side business. So I was reinvesting every penny I made back into building the business. I was buying as many tools as I could. I was getting as much insurance that I needed to work for the bigger contractors. I was doing everything I could to to make it a legit business, and I was all in. Every penny was going right back into it. And so now here we are a year later, and it's kind of evolved into what it is. Like I said, I was just doing whatever, handyman jobs, tile jobs, flooring jobs. We built some fences, whatever we could get. And then I realized that my skills and what I really have quality in is finish work. So that's, tiling, a lot of the detail work that it takes skill and it takes time to do those, trim carpentry, cabinetry, doing finishes like texture and drywall finishes and areas to make them all look, really like we've never, taken that wall down, or we've never, it's a skilled type of trade. So it is a combination of a lot of things, but the best areas that I've found that our skills can kind of excel are bathrooms and kitchens. So it's still called Eastside Services, and I think, honestly, the name isn't a huge deal. Should it be called Eastside Kitchen and Bathroom Remodeling, or Eastside Construction, or something like that? Maybe. But as of right now, the name hasn't been an issue because we're working off of, our work. People are looking at our work and looking at the projects we've done, not the name of the company, which is how it should be. So I'm pretty proud of that. We've done a lot of bathrooms. I've done, I think, 3 or 4 full kitchen remodels in the last year, and a lot of little flooring jobs and trim jobs, but it's really evolved into almost all bathrooms. I'd love to get more kitchens. It's just, I feel like people are spending their money in bathrooms right now. And so that's a little bit about how I got started. And I currently have 2 full-time installer / carpenters that work for me. They do everything from full demo in bathrooms to framing, putting up new drywall, texturing drywall, installing fixtures, installing bathroom accessories, putting in cabinetry. They're skilled just like me. And I've kind of pulled off a lot of the, full-on working parts of it. Instead of working in the business, I'm more working on the business, trying to work on marketing, getting customers, doing estimates, things like that, and learning how to run a real business, being that I've never done this before. So that's a little bit about how we got started, and I appreciate everyone that's been following along. I'm going to try to make more videos like this. I think I need to come up with like some slogans or something catchy so that people can, like when they hear that slogan or when they see that type of editing in the video or whatever we end up doing, we stand out as a brand. And I think that's going to be cool. So stay tuned for some more videos. Appreciate you guys following along.